You're spending $200 a night in Paris. These 5 destinations cost $30 look better, and the locals actually want you there. This isn't a list of places to go instead of Europe because you can't afford Europe. It's a list of places that are genuinely more interesting, more alive, and more worth your time, that happen to cost a fraction of what you're used to paying. None of these 5 have appeared anywhere else on this channel. Every single one is new ground. Let's get into it. Subscribe before we start, and I promise number 1 on this list is going to be the one you weren't expecting. Number 1, Egypt. And before you say anything, yes, you've seen the pyramids in every history documentary ever made. That's exactly why I want you to understand what standing in front of them actually does to you. The pyramids of Giza are not what you expect. The photos, even the best ones, don't communicate the scale. You're standing in front of structures that are 4,500 years old, taller than a 40-story building, and built with a precision that engineers are still trying to fully explain. They're on the edge of Cairo, and you can walk right up to them. Entry to the Giza Plateau, $15 to $20. Then Luxor, 5 hours south by overnight train, might be the single most concentrated ancient history site on Earth. The Valley of the Kings, where Tutankhamun's tomb was found, is $10 to $15 entry. The Karnak Temple Complex, the largest ancient religious site ever built, a kilometer of colonnaded halls, is $10. The Avenue of Sphinxes lit at night is free to walk. A night in a quality guest house in Luxor, $15 to $25. The overnight train from Cairo to Luxor, sleeper cabin, $20 to $30. A full Egyptian meal, full madams, koshari, grilled kofta, mezze, costs $3 to $6. Daily budget in Egypt, $30 to $50. That is the budget for a full day in one of the most historically dense countries on Earth. 3 nights in Paris, $600, 10 days in Egypt including train journeys, the pyramids, Luxor, and the Nile, $400 to $500. Same money. 4,500 years of history instead of the Eiffel Tower queue. Number 2, Romania. And Romania is the one on this list that makes most Western Europeans feel genuinely embarrassed they haven't been yet. Because it's right there, it's extraordinary, and they've been flying over it to get somewhere more obvious for years. Start with Transylvania, and yes, it's a real place, not just a Dracula setting. Bran Castle is the one associated with the Dracula legend, and it's genuinely gothic and dramatic. But Pelesh Castle nearby is arguably more impressive. A 19th century royal palace with 160 rooms that looks like something from a fairy tale sitting in a mountain forest. Entry, $5 to $8. Brasov is the town at the center of it all, a medieval Saxon city with a Gothic black church, Baroque facades on a main square that would look at home in Austria, and hiking directly from the city center into the Carpathian Mountains. A full day's food in Brasov, $10 to $15. A private room, $25 to $40. Then travel north to Bukovina and the Painted Monasteries, 500-year-old Orthodox monasteries whose entire outer walls are covered in vivid Byzantine frescoes in blue, gold, red, and green. Outside, on the walls, still perfectly preserved. Entry to each, $2 to $4. There is genuinely nothing else like them in the world. Daily budget across Romania, $40 to $60. Accommodation in most cities, $25 to $45. Romania is a member of the European Union, has excellent infrastructure, and costs about a quarter of what Western Europe charges. The gap between what it offers and what people think of it is one of the widest mismatches in European travel right now. Number 3, Nepal. And Nepal requires me to say something up front. This is not a destination for everyone, and that's actually the point. Nepal is for people who want to stand in front of something so large it resets your sense of scale. The Annapurna range from Pokhara, a lakeside town where guest houses sit right on the water, is the widest, unobstructed view of the Himalayas you can get from a road-accessible town anywhere in the world. You wake up at a guest house that costs $12 to $20 a night, step onto a balcony, and the highest mountains on Earth are right there across the lake. That view does not have a tourist season because it has not been monetized. It just exists. Kathmandu is chaotic, dense, ancient, and completely alive. Buddhanath, one of the largest Buddhist stupas in the world, with painted eyes watching in every direction, sits in the middle of the city and is free to walk around. Patan's Durbar Square is a collection of medieval temples that UNESCO listed decades ago and that most Western travelers have never heard of. Entry, $3. Trekking, the real reason most people come, costs $30 to $60 a day, all in for guided treks, including accommodation in tea houses and meals. The Annapurna Circuit, the Everest Base Camp Trek. These are not niche experiences. They are the greatest mountain walks on Earth, and they are accessible at a budget that Western travelers pay for a single restaurant dinner in Zurich. Daily budget in Kathmandu, $25 to $45. In trekking regions, $30 to $60. Nepal is not cheap because it's rough. It's cheap because nobody set the prices to match Western expectations. Go before they do. Number 4, Belgrade, Serbia. And Belgrade is the one on this list I think will surprise the most people, because most Europeans walk straight past Serbia on their way to Croatia or Greece without stopping, and they are missing one of the most genuinely alive cities in Europe. The Kalemegdan fortress sits above the point where the Sava and Danube rivers meet, and the view, two great rivers merging, Belgrade spreading below, the whole thing lit at golden hour, is completely free and completely extraordinary. The fortress has been Roman, Byzantine, Ottoman, and Austro-Hungarian. 2,300 years of people building on the same hill, because the view is too good to give up. Skadarlia is Belgrade's 19th century bohemian quarter, cobblestone streets, kafana restaurants where people sit for 3 hours over food, wine, and live Serbian folk music without anyone rushing them. A 3-course meal in Skadarlia with wine, $12 to $18. The Tesla Museum, Nikola Tesla's original documents and equipment, the place where his ashes are kept, is $5 to enter, and one of the strangest and most affecting small museums I've visited anywhere. Daily budget, $35 to $55. Apartment in central Belgrade, $20 to $40. Serbian cuisine is Turkey meets Central Europe, and it's genuinely exceptional. The national spirit, rakia, is offered in kafanas almost before you've sat down, and it's usually included with the meal. Belgrade's nightlife has a genuine international reputation and costs almost nothing. Its history goes back further than most people realize. And right now, it's still at the stage where the tourists who know about it are keeping it quietly to themselves. That's where you want to be. And number 5, Medellin, Colombia. The city that transformed itself so completely over 25 years that urban planners from around the world now come to study how it happened. Cable cars connect hillside barrios to the city center, not as a tourist attraction, as actual public transport that people use every day. From those cable cars you see the whole city, a valley ringed by steep green hills, red brick neighborhoods climbing every slope, the Andes visible beyond. The metro cable up to Parka RV takes you from the urban grid into actual cloud forest in 15 minutes. The ride costs less than $1. Plaza Botero in the city center has 23 giant bronze sculptures by Fernando Botero, one of the most celebrated Latin American artists of the 20th century, sitting in an open public square. Free. Just there. You walk among them. The weather. Medellin sits at 1,500 meters altitude, which gives it what locals call eternal spring. 22 to 26 degrees every single day, no humidity, no rainy season that cancels your plans. London in summer, $250 a night hotel, $20 pub meals, and a coin flip on whether it rains. Medellin, $40 a day, sunshine guaranteed. A cable car that costs $1 and shows you more of a city in 15 minutes than most city tours manage in 3 hours. Daily budget, $45 to $70. Quality apartment in El Poblado or Laureles, $30 to $55. A restaurant meal, proper food, not street food, $6 to $12. Coffee, which Colombia does better than almost anywhere, $1 to $2. Medellin is not cheap in a compromised way. It's cheap in the way that genuinely well-run, genuinely interesting cities sometimes are when the world hasn't inflated the price yet. 5 destinations. 0 overlap with the obvious choices. All of them extraordinary. All of them under $70 a day. Egypt gives you 4,500 years of history for the cost of 3 Paris nights. Romania gives you Gothic castles, painted monasteries, and mountain roads for a quarter of Western Europe's price. Nepal puts the Himalayas in front of you from a $15 guesthouse balcony. Belgrade hands you 2,300 years of history on a riverside cliff for free. Medellin gives you eternal spring, a cable car city tour for $1, and Botero sculptures in a public square. The question was never whether these places are as good as expensive Europe. They are. And in some cases, they're better. The only real question is whether you're ready to go somewhere your friends haven't Instagrammed yet. Drop in the comments. Which one surprised you most? And if you've been to any of these, tell me if I got the case right.